Hello everyone, my name's Flare Blitz and we've returned back to Pedestal. Now we're going to ask students across the school about the troublesome Kana Murakami. So let's see what adventures await today. Okay, so that is the chart. We don't need to do that. So we need to go across the school and see who we can find. But we're going to anger these students first. Oh, we can't interact with them. Okay, I just wanted to see what would happen if you did indeed do that. But of course, that's not going to be the case, and suddenly I have an itchy nose. Always happens when I'm recording, getting an itchy nose of sorts. So today, Friday, is drama, computer science, biology, and science. Lovely. So computer lab. Can't seem to interact with anybody. Okay, that's bizarre because we should be able to question them because we haven't asked these students before about said things. Like, why are there no exclamation marks coming up? I can't press... Can I press enter? Can I press enter at all? What's going on? Like, maybe we... Did we already do it? Oh, for goodness sakes, I've already done it. Oh, bloody hell. I wasted all this time only to realise I've already done it. Finish. Well, that's just great. I've completely forgotten. Okay, that'll do it for today. Good work. Yep, to home we go. And... YouTube. Akari went to see Kageyama and hasn't come back yet. I want to go to club work started soon. She said she had something to talk to him about. Is it going to take long? Then maybe I'll go to the room first. Maybe she's... Hello? Ui? What? So hey, there's something I want to talk about. Could you come with? Sugimoto. Talk? You're by yourself, Sugimoto. Where are the other girls? I'm alone. It's not something I really want others to hear. One of the three bullies? What do you want? Because this has something to do with Murakami. Or else is it about Natsume? I guess both. I really wanted to talk properly with you, Ui. Is that a problem? No. Or is it? Alright. That's fine. But it still doesn't change the fact that you're a bully, huh? Did Aoi go to the social studies room already? Guess I did take a while. Was she on the toilet? Social... Sakaki, you know where Aoi went? Huh? Oi-chan? Sugimoto from 2D came early and they went off together, it seems like. Don't know where they went, though. It could be a trap. Sugimoto, huh? Got it. Thanks. Going alone with one of Murakami's followers of all people. Ugh. Talk about thoughtlessness. Thoughtless. Alright, let's search for her. I'm getting a real bad feeling, so I better hurry. Yeah, this could be a trap of sorts, and it's no... Oh, time limit. Time limit. Oh, maybe cafeteria? I'm going to start from top to bottom. Start from top to bottom, work my way down. So not here. Social studies. Oh, hello. Extra lessons. Library. Nothing would be going on here. Art room. Nothing here. What about the art storage room? Nope. Can't go in there. Oh, because there's so many rooms to explore, it's going to be real hard. Okay. I doubt wait a minute. Would she be in the biology lab? Nope. Let's see. What about one of the... One of the girls' toilets, possibly. Like, that would be quite a common place to try and pin someone down. Rooftop? Of course no rooftop. Just gonna quickly... Second. Nope, nobody here. This... Oh, actually, over here. Nope. Oh dear, this is taking a while. And we may fail this. Tennis court. Walking past the fence with a second year. Site. Fence. Field. Next to the field. Oh Christ, this is gonna be bad. Gym. No, we're gonna fail this. Auditorium. No. Guess I have to look elsewhere then. Oh. Aoi, where were you? Are you okay? Akari. I can't take it. I'm so embarrassed. I can never come to school again. Oh, what the hell happened? Well, she was in a classroom of sorts. Ah, who are you? You're there. You're one of them. Ah, knew it. Sugimoto, weren't we going to talk about something you didn't want people to hear? That's right. Something we didn't want anybody but us to hear. Like, sorry to bring you to this place, Kana. Hate this place. It's all dim and smelly, and like, I've got nothing to discuss with Ui. Now, we just want to chat with Ui for a bit. We'll finish up quick and go to the cafeteria or whatever. So hey, Ui. Sounds like you're going around asking about Kana. You said you were looking into Natsume, but so why are you researching Kana too? Kana's got nothing to do with her. I mean, you just think because we hated Natsume, something happened between us, right? I'll tell you right now, there was nothing, got it? Never mind fighting, we didn't even talk. If there was nothing, then why do you hate her so much, exactly? Because she was so cocky about being a pretty rich girl, when Kana's way cuter and a famous model, okay. Yeah. Everybody, even the teachers, just fussed over Natsume. It pissed us off, so we hated her. But that's all it was. So like, could you stop getting Kana involved? It's so grotty how you're sneaking around digging up dirt. You wouldn't feel so good if someone was investigating you in secret, would you, Ui? Won't you stop it already? Investigating Natsume? That's whatever. But if it's going to cause trouble for Kana too, then just put an end to the whole thing. Nobody knows about your dumb club anyway. If it's going to make people feel bad, then you shouldn't write an article at all, right? Murakami, can I ask you one thing? What? When Natsume died, is it true you said, I'm glad she's dead? Yep, it's true. Why would you say something so cruel about someone who died? I heard you once complimented Natsume as pretty. You acknowledged her, right? To then turn around and say you're glad she's dead. Don't you think to yourself that what you're saying is cruel? What do you know about me, Ui? Could you stop acting like you understand me just because you know a couple of things I said? Could you stop judging me? Actually, nah, I don't even really mind if you baselessly judge me. I've totally gotten used to that. But like, could you stop pushing your perspective on me? Or like, this is how you should think. It's super annoying. It's my prerogative what I find pretty and who I hate, isn't it? Just drop it. Me, I don't especially care if you look into me, even if it grosses me to watch out. But Yuko, the others, they don't like it. So I'd appreciate you stopping your investigation junk if possible. See, Kana wants you to stop too. Give it up now, okay? This Natsume investigation business. True enough, it's wrong for me to push my thoughts onto you, apologize. But I won't stop my investigation. I have people supporting me in it, and I'm doing it with conviction. Natsume may have died, but I want to know about her. That's the theme that's driving me. Huh? Really? Then fine. I don't care anymore, so do as you please. No, hold on, Kana. Are you going to let this girl wander around? I mean, it's just a pain. She won't listen to anyone anyhow. Like, who cares? What? But we don't like it. We don't want you being suspected for nothing investigating. Gosh, talk about bloody simps. If you say so, Shuji Yuko, then maybe we should have stopped her. Got it, Ui? I said I'm not giving up. You will if you start wanting to give up, right? Eh? If you learn firsthand that continuing your investigation would mean bad things, you'll want to stop, won't you? Oh. No! Let go of me! Ooey. Oh, crap. What's going on here? Oh, goodness sakes. This is the route we're going on. No, 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 show mercy! Oh, what did I tell you, poor thing? Sup? My dear Akari! Nishi! What the hell you? Let go of Nishi! Before I do that, how about you let go of Aoi? Take a look. By some fresh coincidence, my finger seems to have gotten caught on Nishino's earring. If you make any wrong moves, it might tear right off from Nishino's ear. So you see, we should get some distance so we can both settle down. Well? Go on, let her go. Thank you. Now, I have to talk with Murakami, so could the rest of you leave? What's that about? We let Uri go, so let go of Nishi. Isn't that what we agreed? Sorry, Nishino has been so noisy I couldn't hear you. And it seems like you didn't hear what I said either, did you? Shall I say it again? Yuko, all of you go to the cafeteria, but it's fine. I'll be right there. Squirm, you school bullies. Alright, there you go. The hindrances are gone. So ask what you want to ask, Uri. Right. I'm sorry to ask over and over, but could you tell me what you thought of Natsume? Did you really have no contact at all? There's someone who say he saw you with Natsume after school once, so I was curious if it was true. Ugh, annoying. You're so stubborn. I know I'm stubborn, and I'm really sorry about that, but I want you to tell me. I've gotten so emotional for some odd reason. Murakami, you refrain from saying anything about Natsume yourself. Is there a reason for that? You want to know why I don't talk about her? Yeah, because I don't want to talk about her to someone like you, Uri, and also there's no point. Everyone has a side of themselves made to be shown to others. You do. I do. Even Natsume did. To fit in with others around you have to change your form and deceive everyone. Oh, crap. Really? You're going down that route? You're going with the adaptability route because it allows you to fit within other people's ecosystem? Really? Is that how you want to perceive yourself as an individual? It's a sort of secret to success. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes you need a false persona to get along well with others. People will take someone's false persona as truth and say whatever they want. What you're collecting, Uri, is that sort of detritus. Worrying over those pieces and trying to line them up nicely won't bring you an understanding of Natsume, will it? To be able to touch a person's true self is a very valuable, precious thing. If someone I looked up to were to affirm my true self, I wouldn't want for anything else. That's how important it is. And that's why I hate people who take rumors as truth and act like they understand others. And I hate people who think that they are higher above others just because they do a modeling career. That's why I don't want to tell you anything, Uri, because I hate people like you. Got it? If you really want to know someone, you confront that person and speak frankly with your own words. That's all you can do. How can we talk to somebody when they're no longer alive, Kana? Of course I'd want to talk to Natsume if I could, but that's not possible because she's dead. That's why I'm saying there's no point. Since Natsume's dead, no amount of looking into her will let you know the truth. You're super annoying, and there's no point in what you're doing. No reason I have to talk, is there? You, the tall one. Abby, I think it was. What are you thinking? Just find myself totally... Why? Okay. Akari, not being that faithful of a friend, but then again, logically, there is a point to this, and that is you can't really understand a person's true self if they're no longer around. I just find myself totally agreeing with you, Murakami. It's impossible to understand the dead, and pointless too. Akari! But you see, Murakami, Aoi isn't investigating with any consideration so advanced as to whether there's a point or not. So what if there's no point? So what if people hate you? Aoi decided she wants to investigate it regardless. So there's no need for you to preach to her at this point, Murakami. If you don't want to answer questions, then just stay silent. Oh really? Then we're good, yeah? I'm going to see Yuko. Understood. I'm sorry for making you feel uncomfortable. We won't involve ourselves anymore with you, Murakami. Bye. Sorry, Murakami. Could you hold on just a second? Aoi, would you go back to the social studies room ahead of me? I have to talk to Murakami. Why? We already told Murakami. Aoi, yes? House. Sounds like a... What was that about? Did Akari seem super mad or what? What? It's because you obviously fell for that trap of following one of the 3 bullies, that's why. Did Akari seem super mad or what? What did I do? Will Murakami be okay? So, what is it? You know, Murakami, I thought you were just the boss monkey of a bunch of howling monkeys, but you're actually pretty sensible. Is you presenting yourself as a dumbass that false persona you mentioned? Yes, it's true. You can learn a lot talking to someone face to face. Ish, shut up, get to the point. Was Uri brought here under your directions? Ron, Yuko and the others said they were going to talk to Uri, so I just went with them. Got it. So you're not the boss monkey, but the lowest of underling monkeys. I'm surprised. Could you stop looking at us like bosses and underlings? We're all equal and value each other. Don't make your own judgments when you don't know anything. Same to you, Kana. Aren't you two the same way, or else is Uri your dog? Nah, I'd never want to own a dog as disobedient as that. That's a bit of a roast, but who cares about that? I don't know who's in charge here, but don't pull anything like this again. Aoi's a scaredy cat, so she's weak to this kind of thing, which is why they targeted Aoi. Huh? Like, the others got mad because Uri was messing with us. If you're worried about Uri, shouldn't you be making her behave before issuing warnings to us? If Uri meddles with us again, who knows what will happen then? I don't plan on stopping Yuko and the others, whatever they do. Oh really? Then I guess I'll have to teach you what'll happen if you lay a hand on Aoi. Like, go ahead, I guess. I'll give you a tip, Murakami. Are those two still talking? Maybe I should have gone to the room. No, but... Ooh. You have a distraught look on your face. Is there some kind of secret that you don't want privy to the public? Oh. I don't like the fact that I don't like the fact that she got bullied because she was bullying someone, but sometimes karma is served on a cold plate. Huh? Aoi, you didn't go to the social studies room yet? Akari, what did you talk to Murakami about? She went off looking pale. Left her with a threat. Just something that'll keep her from trying to do anything to you again, Aoi. A threat? What did you say? You want to know? Never mind, it feels too dangerous. Akari, thank you for coming to save me. Or, I mean, sorry. No kidding, yeesh, I ran around the whole school. Why did you have to go along with one of Murakami's followers? Sorry, I gave in to the temptation of getting some new information. Oh dear, Aoi, you are, what is the word? Gullible. I'll reflect on it. Well, glad there was no harm done. Just hope there wasn't any pictures taken. I think that was what was silencing Aoi if you failed to find her within the 2 minutes. Well, glad there was no harm done. And we got to talk at length with Murakami, so win all round. Yeah? Akari, it's hard to say this, but it's okay if we start our questioning now. Eh? After that just happened? That's enough for today. I mean, club time only just started, and I was thinking today would be our investigation to Miyuki. Well, fine. You're the boss. You make the decision, so I'll go with. Thank you. Well, let's get going. Well. Bloody hell. She is obviously very sensible, but also quite sensitive, Kana. Sorry for getting a little emotional like that, but I hate it when people thrive of the suffering of others like that. But any means actually, just saying out loud. I hate it when people feel that they can just manipulate and feel like they can just pull people like on a hamstring. And I understand sometimes that people who watch don't like the more emotional sort of way of looking into people, but for goodness sakes, I just really hate it when people look at a game and try not and absorb themselves into the environment to where, what if something happened to me like this? What if something happened to me on this scale, but it's from a perspective where I can be involved in that scenario, and what would happen to me if I was in that scenario? Okay, so this is the gym. So what would be open today? Maybe it's soccer, track, swim, darts. So swimming. Okay, so it's Monday today. Excellent. Miyuki Endu. Endu? I don't know. Sorry, I have no idea. I didn't know Natsume very well either. Natsume-senpai was skilled at violin, wasn't she? And the two were fellow orchestra club members. I've heard of it. So I've heard of her. She's in orchestra club and really good at violin. Other than that, I don't know. I don't know. I want to know a third year very well. I don't know a thing about those two. Try someone else. Not the slightest idea. Ask someone in the orchestra club. Someone from orchestra club. I wouldn't really know. I might recognize her face, but... Okay, so we can't talk to them while off, because I think we've already done that with everyone on the... Wednesday. Chart of clubs off day. Question only active clubs. Use phone to check day of the week. So, yeah, the chart enlists active clubs, while the others are not listed are inactive clubs at that particular point in the day. So Wednesday's the only, like, everyone's there sort of day. She's actually handed the title of concert mistress to Natsume, and now Natsume's gone, so I think someone else does it? Is that true? Last time we talked, she said she was going to be concert mistress until she retired. Well, I guess that was kind of a while ago. I wonder. Apparently, once Miyuki graduated, Shiori was going to be the next concert mistress. I doubt Miyuki'd leave it to someone she couldn't trust. So they probably got along well, right? Exactly. Exactly. Right, so gym. So gym would be... Which one of them would it be? We went to swim. Haven't been to dance. But gym's just not enlisted on here. Volleyball? One of they enlisted as soccer. Possibly. Wasn't Natsume also in orchestra club? Ask those girls and you'll find out, I'm sure. Who's that? I don't know orchestra club people at all. Okay, I've heard the name before, since my homeroom teacher is the orchestra club advisor, but that's all. So, I don't know. But maybe you can ask our homeroom teacher? I hear everyone in orchestra club gets along, so Shiori and Endu probably did too, right? Couldn't say. Why don't you ask a third year? Oh, but the third year's retired from the athletic clubs. Why? From the athletic clubs. Why specifically third years can't join that club? The head of the orchestra club, wasn't it? Also, wasn't she a library assistant? I saw her working with a librarian once. I don't know. Maybe they get along as fellow violinists. I'm not sure. I don't know seniors very well. I don't know third years, so maybe you should ask someone else in the orchestra club? Don't know that person. Maybe I'd recognize her if I saw her face. Both were in orchestra club, right? Then I'll bet they had some degree of interaction. Don't have a clue, really. What else? Weren't they in the same club? Bet they'd look picturesque next to each other. Picturesque being identical? I've forgotten the name of that. The meaning of that name. Word. Name. The head of the orchestra club. I love her. She's so cool, but I don't know anything in depth. I wonder if that... Sorry, I heard that Shiori was so caring. Even her seniors liked her. I wonder if she was also friendly with that girl. I feel like I've heard her name, but I don't know. Don't really know people in culture clubs. Or cultural clubs. Sorry, I don't know any seniors. I get nervous I can't really talk to them. Not sure. I don't know that indie person at all. Well, they're both in orchestra club. Could they maybe have been rivals, say? Possibly. Miyuki Endu from orchestra club. Yeah, I like her. So she's cool when she plays violin. I've seen the orchestra club perform and Natsume stood out even with Endu there. Because she's pretty, probably. Appearance is not always everything. That's the orchestra club's, the best at performing positioned person, right? The concert mistress. Do not worry, it is a long word. There's lots of people in orchestra clubs, so if you're just giving me a name, I don't know. And I don't know really third years. Okay. No Natsume, but yeah, I don't know this Endu person. Miyuki Endu. So, next up will be the... dance team. Dance here. I've heard Endu Senpai is sort of scary, but maybe she got along well with Natsume? When we're practicing here, we tend to hear Endu Senpai's solos. I don't know her personality or anything, but I've heard she's a little bit scary. Yeah, the orchestra club concert mistress. She's so cool. I love her. I can't wait for their performance at the cultural festival. Both were great at violin, huh? They were really cool together when they performed. I'd feel kind of bad if they didn't get along. Couldn't tell you. I don't know Endu Senpai to begin with. What? No idea. A third year in orchestra club, I think? I didn't know third years on the dance team. That's logical. Isn't she so incredibly cool? I've seen her playing violin, and it was wild. Being able to play an instrument is great. She was so pretty too, you know. I feel like they look great next to each other. Lucky for the orchestra club having members like that. Shiori played violin really well too, right? But maybe they saw each other as rivals? That's just an idea though. Oh, her? From orchestra club. Apparently she's really good at violin. I've heard she's aiming for a music college, and the teachers are really pushing her towards it. Usually when you have a knack for something, others will encourage you to keep pursuing that knack because they see a lot of potential in you. And that is positive reinforcement in some ways. Shiori was friendly with lots of people. Maybe she got on well with that kind of person too. Well, with that person too. Not that I'd know. Don't know at all. Is she popular? Popularity first rather than the fact that she's an actual human being with, you know, feelings and all that. Auditorium is not there. So, track or field. But they're both relatively similar things. I was about to say the same thing, but track and field, there's lots of field different activities while track is on the track. India Senpai from Orchestra Club. She has the same kind of presence as Shiori, well, except she's hard to approach. I wonder about that. Maybe they got along, being in the same club? But it's also possible they were rivals, with both being violinists. I think they were both cheering each other on. So I don't know Natsume or Endu Senpai very well. The head of the Orchestra Club? I don't know most people from cultural clubs. More questioning. Third year, right? So I don't know much about my seniors. I should have done that scene with Murakami and the others, like at the end of the previous episode. That would have been nowhere near fascinating and interesting, but just a nice conclusion to the Murakami route, let's per se. That Endu Garrett is in Orchestra Club, right? Maybe someone in the club would know? Somebody. Endu Senpai, the concert mistress? I hear she's really good at violin. The Orchestra Club always does cool violin solos. Was it Endu Senpai playing those? Their relations. She always said Endu Senpai was a dependable senior. She wouldn't talk her up like that if they didn't get along. Exactly. You always talk good about people that you like, that you get along well with when you see their talent, etc. Maybe they got along as fellow violinists, but I could also see them butting heads with each other. There's no road that is truly smooth. I heard the principal complimenting her once. She's going for a music college, right? It'd be amazing if she got accepted, but it seems tough. And that's what makes being accepted all the more satisfying. It's because the path ahead is tough. And I think the most difficult thing about getting entry into a special college that specializes in a very specific thing is getting recognition to be able to get in there in the first place. I never heard of that person. Oh. You're better off asking a second year, not me. I really don't know anyone but first years. Seeing the fact that you were first year, that is logical. I don't know that indie person, but I felt like Shiori could be friends with anyone, so I bet she was friends with her too, I'm sure of it. Couldn't tell you. Maybe ask the Orchestra Club about their leader? The leader. I've talked with Endu Senpai a couple of times. She's sort of modest, to say the least. She was like, violin is all I have. Reminds me of Noelle. No, wait, Noelle was piano from Noelle with Mortal Fate. I don't think that's true at all. But it's got the same kind of application towards if I feel like that this is my key to success when this is the only thing that I have for me. But that's not true. Friends and family and everything around you. And you Senpai seems kind of feared. I wonder how she was with Natsume. I don't know third years at all. Oh, maybe you could ask a teacher? Shiori got along even with her seniors. She was a really good girl after all. Sorry, I don't know. You should go ask a third year. I don't have any idea. And you? A third year? I don't know her. I'm sorry, I don't know at all. You should ask someone else. Natsume would walk with Endu Senpai sometimes. But I guess that's just normal being in the same club. Ah, with a bob haircut. I don't know her well, but she's cool, huh? Carries herself well. And she's pretty. Lovely. Okay, so I did wonder when coming here what the purpose of this storage room was. Obviously it's to store things in, but didn't anyone here notice that something was odd about the fact that that we were investigating? Actually, I've just got an idea. What if we go to the cafeteria? No, they're not there. Oh dear, maybe they're not hanging around school anymore. Oh wait, I don't know why I went back in there. I don't know why, but there's just something so satisfying when bullies get what they deserve, and that is not necessarily being bullied back, but getting a piece of their own medicine. Miyuki, the orchestra club concert mistress. I hear she's crazy good at violin. How nice it must be to be talented. Hey, you are talented in your artistic skills as well. An orchestra's like a team, right? I imagine they got along pretty well. Well, everybody has to be in unison for the piece of music to play well. Miyuki's a lone wolf, huh? And always has to be the best to boot. I kind of wish she'd learn to rely on others more. I'm saying that as her friend. Miyuki once said she was glad to be depended on by someone like Natsume. It's rare she says anything like that, so I remember it well. She's usually such a lone wolf. You could say that she kind of relied on Natsume's fame, but that would be very far-fetched. Shiori was pretty great at violin. Maybe Endu still has a rival, but I wouldn't know what goes on in the orchestra club. Miyuki Endu, the orchestra club leader? She's like a really cool person. So impressive, like you expect from such a veteran club leader. Veteran! Isn't Miyuki shooting for a music college? I wonder, how did you get accepted to one of those? It must take not just skill, but studying. Yep, studying the instrument itself. And others who came before you who are famous musicians. I heard people are a little bit afraid of Miyuki. I wonder how Shiori interacted with her. Knowing her, I bet they were able to get along. Yeah, exactly. I think that's all of the wonderful clubs that we can interact with today. Excuse me. So we're done with all of that. So we've gone soccer in the gym, track in the field, swim in the pool, and dance in the courtyard. Oh, so they're just the name of clubs, but the locations are kind of different. So, library? Why are library able to be talked to? This club. They were acquainted? Star of the school and queen of the orchestra. That's an incredible combination. Endu, I like her. She's a cool beauty type, but I don't know her well since we're in different classes. True. I don't know third years too well, as in like, you don't know that person too well because you don't really see them a lot. Why not ask the orchestra club about a fellow member? Both were in the orchestra club, weren't they? Try asking over there. Though they get mad if you interrupt practice. Yeah, exactly. I think they got along. I heard Miyuki was feared by members of the club, but Natsume seemed to interact with her normally. That reminds me, didn't Miyuki quit as concert mistress? Apparently she told a colleague in orchestra club that she couldn't be dependent on her juniors anymore. Wonder what she meant by that. This is kind of stubborn to not rely on your peers for both their improvement and your own. But then again, everyone has their own different ways of going about in the world. Miyuki's a library assistant, right? We've told her a couple of times, and she's so well considered. She feels really mature to me. They used to come to the library together to borrow CDs. I bet they use them for practice. Maybe the library is always open to this club, regardless. Because drama club should be there on Fridays. Or am I thinking of a different club? Computer lab, not there. Cooking room. What is up with some of these spawns? She always seemed to like Miyuki. She was always like, I respect her. Don't know what Miyuki thought though. Miyuki does personal practice after orchestra practice. Violin sounds wonderful even in a solo. In a whole different way of being part of an orchestra. So today is something tells you something is off, because didn't we go through a day? I have no idea now. Because it's a Thursday's club. Miyuki, she's wonderful. A pure beauty. And she's pretty cool when she performs. Shiori adored Miyuki a lot. Or like, I wish I had a big sister like that. Let's see. I don't know details on what their relationship was, but Miyuki was incredibly shocked when she heard the rumor that Natsume's death was that. She wouldn't even speak for a while. Is that true? That's all surprising, since Miyuki's normally a calm person. Right. I thought it was unusual too. Maybe something happened between Miyuki and Natsume. Ever since then, she's avoided the topic of Natsume. I'm not surprised. You don't really want to talk about somebody who is gone, but you only talk about their positives. What made him your friend and what made him a lovely person in the first place. She's an always calm, collected girl. I don't know why I read ahead sometimes. At first my impression was she was hard to approach, but once I talked to her, it wasn't like that. Maybe hard to initially approach. Oh, the head of the orchestra club. It has tons of members, so it must be tough learning them. So, sorry, small clubs like ours are easy. On an individual level, no, but as a group collective, yes. I don't know, ask someone in orchestra club. They might be too busy entertaining you, but exactly. There are more clubs on than this day is giving me. I feel like there's something going on. Well, we can't go into their art. Well, we've already asked everyone in there. So I think that rounds it up. Yep, nothing in there. 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 And nothing in here. Site? None. Tennis court. Oh, yes! I think it's a girl, but obviously everyone else. A third year, but I don't know her. Not on the tennis team either. Don't know whatsoever, but if they're in the same club, don't you think they got along decently? Shiori was in orchestra club too, right? Everyone liked her, so Endu Senpai was probably no exception. Not that I'd know. That orchestra club person. All I know is her name, but nothing else. Miyuki Endu, so I don't know that person. Not sure what you're expecting from me. I don't know who Endu is to begin with. Sorry, not really sure. I don't know about most people in cultural clubs, but I've seen the orchestra club perform, but I don't know who's who. Endu Senpai is wonderful. She's so cool when she plays solos. It made me want to try violin too. Natsume was really great at violin too, right? Maybe they had a sort of friendly rivalry? Don't actually know, but friendly rivalries are cool. I saw her walking with Shiori before. They seem like your usual friendly senior and junior. The head of the orchestra club, wasn't it? I've seen her, but I don't know a single thing about her. You can know someone's name, but you may not know a single thing about them. Oh, I know, a third year in orchestra club. Sort of a cool beauty, and well, that's about all I know. Shiori was always saying orchestra club was fun. I'm sure she had good friends there too, so she probably got on well with that girl, right? Last but certainly not least, Sakura. So I heard the advisor for the newspaper association's Mr. Mukuda. What's that teacher like? To put it simply, he goes at his own pace, I guess. He looks lacking in motivation, but sometimes he's diligent. His appearance, though, he's so slovenly. He's always catching the principal's attention. I feel a little bad for him. Is that so? Is that right? I've never talked to him. I think I'd like to sometime. What is Miyuki Endu like? Miyuki is the orchestra club head, right? Shiori often said that she was cool and really respects her. That's about all I know. I suppose they seem like regular club friends. I imagine they didn't socialize outside of school, but... So, I think that wraps up everyone. Like, I don't think there's a single other club that is going on. We've already done gym, we've done pool, we've done courtyard. Cancelling, none. Infirmary, none. Janitor, hello. Actually, I had my interview mode off, but I think they would be the same thing anyways. Right, I think we should call this a wraps, but I'm going to look at my mind first to see if there's any more puzzle pieces included. Let's see, there's 15 in total that we need to fill out, and we've got 7... We've got 12 pieces so far. There's 3 more. I imagine the top row is filled out, but it's just the 8 on the bottom that needs completely filled out. I think we could have a good gander to try and solve this. Okay, guys, bottom right. Murakami. Rumor has it she despised Natsume and saw her as a rival. She's known for being pretty and seemed to dislike being compared to Natsume. It's not like we heard that from her personally, though. And the 3 friends who hung around her have enjoyed bad-mouthing Natsume. I confirmed that for myself. And also the fact the incident where they tried to silence you by doing you-know-what is really bad. Like, if you resort to that kind of thing in order to try and silence someone, then you are a bad person. Middle, bottom. Hagahiki, she's kind of a timid girl, seemingly only interacting with Natsume, with no other friends. But once Natsume died, 3 others from her class started going around with her. Did she herself want that? That's what I'm thinking. It's like she didn't choose them to be around her, they kind of just loamed around her. Yeah, that goes well together with that. Miyuki, a lone wolf. Yeah, she was close to Natsume. Natsume was affectionate with her, and she didn't entirely mind it. But the librarian told us that at some point, Miyuki started avoiding Natsume. Did something happen? Who knows what goes on within the mind of... that goes well together with that piece. It seems like a book club sort of thing. Miyuki once said that Natsume was pretty. Though we heard she dislikes being compared to Natsume. They seem as rivals because of them being compared, but did she actually recognize Natsume's looks? A good question. Does that go there? There we go. Murakami making the remark that she was glad Shiori's dead. However I try to interpret it, I can't read it in any good way. I'd like to ask what she really meant by that, but I don't wanna. That's scary. It's probably for the best if you just avoided her altogether. Like, she is kind of a plague in some regard. Does it go up there? Yeah, I thought so. Come to think of it, Hagahiki said something that caught my attention. Shiori never thought of me as a friend. I mean, Natsume was popular, so she was probably timid around her, but I doubt that was all it was. That goes there. No, that doesn't go there. No, I don't want to finish it. I want to relocate it to somewhere where it may be possible. Oh, there? Yeah. Natsume and Murakami seem to have no contact at all, but I wonder if that's true. It feels like they would have at least talked. Actually, Fujimura mentioned that the 2 of them were together after school once. So it's just a rumor that they had no contact at all. In reality, it seems they did have some, but I don't know the nature of it. Sometimes the more you pry into something, the more confused you are. Because, well, you're diving into something that you yourself have no acknowledgement of in the first place. That goes there, doesn't it? The group Murakami's in often enjoyed insulting Natsume, but Murakami herself has never clearly spoken ill of her. Could it be Murakami didn't hate Natsume all that much? No, but if you're sitting there, not denying the group's insults, isn't that tact in agreement? Or is she just going along with it? Possibly. Let's have a... That's got to be opposites, right? Yeah, opposites. Miyuki served as the concert mistress of the orchestra club for a long time, but one day she abruptly gave her seat to Natsume. This is when the 2 became distant, It's not like I don't understand, don't at all understand why they'd feel that way, but I wonder what went on there. The two seemed friendly, so would just handing over the seat of top player make them so awkward? Could there be another reason? That goes there, doesn't it? Yep. It's us two investigating the characters. Miyuki was incredibly shocked by the rumor that Natsume killed herself, and after that she started to avoid the topic of Natsume. When she gave all the reasons for not telling us about Natsume before, did it all come down to her simply not wanting to talk about it? Possibly. That goes top left. Miyuki was happy to be depended upon by someone like Natsume. Heck, I'll probably be pretty elated too to have someone like her relying on me. Even the lone wolf Miyuki depended on someone who was depended upon, and it seemed like it made her happy. That's kind of surprising. And this goes here. Missing 3 pieces. When making Natsume concert mistress, Miyuki told a colleague, "I can't depend on my juniors anymore," was it? Anymore was a part of when Natsume unfortunately died. What's that all about? Are you saying being concert mistress means depend on your juniors? That's not right, is it? I'm not sure what it means, so I'm not going to try and go through with it. Let's see. Finish for the time being. And that seems to make more sense in the mind of one. Let's see. Finish questioning. Another day. Okay, that'll do it for today. Good work. Yep, to home we go. So realistically, it should be weekend and then Monday. Okay, today we're doing an investigation to our final person, Hagahiki. Let's keep our spirits high. Finally, the last one, huh? It's been a long journey. Oh yeah, don't you try and interact with Hagahiki and company alone, got it? Could turn into a repeat of Murakami. I'll be okay. Hagiki's 3 friends all seem pretty intense. I wouldn't want to go near them alone. Oh yeah, the bullies were not intense at all, huh? One of them put on a facade so she looked very timid. Well, let's finish this off. I also want to do a proper sort through of the information we got. Already did that kind of thing just now. So, let's have a look at our cell phone. It is indeed a Monday. Or maybe these are, but I'm now not too sure what's what anymore. Like, are those the ones that are off or the ones that are active? So if we go... Yeah, because it... The drama was... Okay, maybe it is all the ones. Okay, I'm so silly. So the chart indicates ones that are off. I thought it does like a reverse Uno card sort of thing where it stated the clubs that were active on that day. So Monday, the soccer track, swim and dance team are all off. So the others are on. Damn. Oh, look at this. Nobody's in the cafeteria. The 3 bullies not there. Lovely. Bad mouthing has its kind of karma, you know. Bad mouthing people, you end up going to get bad mouthed yourself. I don't know Hagahiki very well. She fades into the background, doesn't talk much. Lately she's been with some other girls like Kamata, so why don't you try asking them? If they didn't get along, they wouldn't be together so much. I never heard of them bad mouthing the other. Very interesting. Midori, huh? We're in the same class, but I don't know really. We never talked. Those 2 were together often, but Midori's shy. I never saw them giggling together or anything. I'm sure they got along, since they were always together. She would only go around with Shiori before, but Lady Kamata and those other girls have been with her. But I wonder about that too. Sure, with Shiori gone, they'd leave Hagahiki alone. But being with her out of pity, I don't know if I'd like that personally. That's true. Incidentally, did you hear Kamata and such are with Hagahiki out of pity directly from their mouths? Yeah, that's right. They were like, we feel sorry for her. Guess you can't say it's not kind, but... it's a double-edged sword. It really is a double-edged sword scenario. Sorry, don't know the younger girls at all. Someone famous like Natsume, sure, but... I don't know her. But was she friends with Natsume? But it must have come as a shock when Natsume died, I mean. Yeah. A big shock. Let's see, music club is always doing that, so computer lab would be up and running. Those two are always hanging out. I thought it was a kind of weird combination, but it's not for me to speak on, I guess. I asked Hagahiki in her social media account before, but she just wouldn't tell me. Does she not like me? Or is she not on social media? Who knows? Hagahiki is an unusual name, but she herself is entirely ordinary. Kind of overshadowed, really. Since Natsume was sociable with anyone, it's hard to know who she was most close with. Maybe Hagahiki was her best friend? But it didn't quite feel that way. Did this Hagahiki have some connection to Natsume? I had no idea. Is there someone like that? I don't really know. I wonder if one of Hagahiki's friends are going to try and approach us at some point. Is Hagahiki not in a club? Seems like she'd get bored without one. Oh, what if you let her into the newspaper club? I don't think she would want to join. Shiori was often with Hagahiki, but it didn't feel like they were all that friendly. It really was like they were just together. Kind of strange. All the girls wondered if Shiori was just with Hagahiki since she felt bad about her being alone. They never said it though. But it is kind of in the air. Shiori and Midori were always together, so they probably got along. If I were in Midori's position, I might be timid. I know Natsume by name, but I've never heard of a Hagahiki. Sorry. Don't know that girl. If she's a second year, try asking girls in the same grade. Oh, we forgot to do this one. I hear Midori's parents are strict. Yeah, actually, that's something I've forgotten about, actually. Like, her parent situation is really, really harsh. She doesn't want to go home, but they get mad if they learn she's out having fun. She stays at school. Makes you kind of feel sorry for her. Makes you feel like that she doesn't have a childhood of sorts. Why is that girl always so timid? She should be more bold. It irritates me to watch her. I think what you're trying to say is you only want the best from her. Weren't those two close? I didn't pay much attention, so I don't know. Let's see. So it's basically a lot of the clubs are on the third floor that are out today. Those two were a strange combination, huh? I thought Hagahiki was taken along with Natsume, but apparently I was wrong. What do you mean? When Hagahiki wasn't anywhere to be seen, Natsume would get all panics, like, does anyone know where Midori is? She'd even come up and ask me, and we weren't close. We can't ask her personally anymore, but maybe it was more Natsume who wants to be with Hagahiki. That's why I thought they were such a curious pair. A curious pair, you say? I kind of wonder about Hagahiki. I want to talk with her more, but she runs off. Does she not like being around people? Why are you looking into Hagahiki? I'll be honest, only Shiori knew that girl. Or at least I don't know her at all. Shiori was often with Hagahiki, meaning they got along. Got along, I mean, not really sure. Uncertain. So this club is on. I know Natsume. She was famous, but Hagahiki, I don't know her. Is there someone here? I wonder if I'd recognize her face. I invited Hagahiki to our association the other day, but she turned me down hard. I guess it's to be expected if you're not interested in science. I think there's another reason. You know, Natsume and Hagahiki were always together, but I never saw them talking, even though I was in the same class as them. If you never saw them talk despite being in the same class, Kubo, then the two must really not have talked at all, huh? Yes, an eyewitness. saying that a lot of things really need at times an eyewitness, not just hearsay. That's how a lot of false rumors start, because people interpret the words that are said by an individual in a completely warped way. And that's how it gets to where we are today. Sometimes there's so many iterations of the original that you forget what the original meaning was. Alright, none of the classes. And we can't go into 3 or first. Doubt they have anything going on. Yeah, it's mainly the sports-related teams that are out today. Auditorium. They're there, though. Lovely. Oh, this is the drama club in here. Bloody hell. I've never talked to Hagahiki, but I'm kind of curious. She feels like the kind of girl where if you talk to her, you might find she's surprisingly entertaining. Okay. Oh yeah, she was offered Natsume, so that probably means they got along, right? Perhaps they were lovers even? But Natsume had a fiancé, so probably not. You can get along with somebody even if you had a fiancé. I'm not really sure. I just know Natsume Senpai's name. Great. I'm sorry, I don't know her at all. Who is that exactly? The second year, you said? I often saw Natsume Senpai, but Hagahiki, maybe I'd recognize her if I saw her face. I could tell you she has green hair. Well, Natsume I know, but I don't really know about Hagahiki. Maybe I'd recognize her if I saw her. Is there a girl named that? Sorry, I don't really know. Hagahiki doesn't talk much, and when she does, she just kind of mumbles. I'm a little bad with gloomy people like that. She was friendly with Natsume, probably. I hear they were around each other all the time. Right, yeah, she was often with Natsume, but Natsume was busy with orchestra club, so I kind of doubt they hang around after school. She's not in a club, but she hangs around after school. If I were clubless, I'd just go straight home. Maybe go watch a movie. No, Hagahiki cannot have fun because her parents do not allow her to have fun. Some people should not be parents if their entire purpose is just to constrain and constrict their children. I'm not a parent myself, but I would raise my child so that it has all of the opportunities in the world, both academic and with other people. Positive people, though. Like, senior high entrance. We did see Hagahiki here once. Let's see. I think we're done talking. Oh, there's the tennis court as well, which somehow is the anomaly when it comes to the sports-related activities, or the physical-related activities. Hagahiki? Is that a name? I feel like I heard that somewhere in The Tale of Genji. Nope, got no idea. Sorry. Wasn't she friendly with Shiori? I saw the two of them together often. Midori were in the same class, but we never talked. Wonder what she's like. Was there a girl named Hagahiki? No, I'm not good at remembering people. I'm bad at remembering names. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really bad at remembering people's names. I know Natsume since she was famous, but I don't know Hagahiki. Well, I don't know who Hagahiki is. Did she have some connection to Natsume? Sorry, I don't know at all. Maybe I'd remember if I saw her face. Is she a second year? In the name, I can't practice her face. Oh, sorry, picture her face at all. I forgot. I thought I forgot something. I know Natsume, of course, but I don't know this Hagahiki girl. I think that's been the consensus for about half the students here. I know Natsume, but I don't know Hagahiki. Right. Those two were always together. Honestly, Shiori had such a strong impact. Hagahiki exuded zero presence in comparison. It's not about comparison, it's about the individuality of... I'm kidding. Hagahiki, I know of her since she's in my class. She's really mature and doesn't stand out much. I'm not really good with that girl. She's so mature, it makes it hard to talk to her, so I don't know her at all. I'm thinking they got along. She was always with Shiori and all, following her like a shadow. Shadow, you say? Good work, as always. How's the investigation going? It's okay. We've gotten all sorts of information, and thanks to your assistance too. Lovely. What is Midori like? Midori Hagahiki? That doesn't sound familiar. Was she friends with Shiori? Shiori would often invite friends over, but I'm pretty sure that person never came over to our house. It might be possible that she doesn't want our parents to know about her. How do you mean? Our parents have always been annoying about who we associate with. They ask us about friends' names or what sort of family they're from. If it was someone they didn't like, they'd restrict us, being like, "Don't associate with her." I hate that, so I don't invite my friends to the house, but Shiori often did, so I thought she wasn't bothered by it. But this Hagahiki, you sure she was friendly with Shiori, are you? Yeah, but she didn't invite her over. I just wonder if it's because she didn't want our parents to know. Or Hagahiki's parents didn't want their child to go over to Shiori's. Do you think so? Hagahiki's not a bad girl or anything. It doesn't seem to me like it'd be a problem if they knew. Really? Well, it's just an idea I had, so don't worry about it. It's a good idea, actually, because then it's like, well, you're not just looking from Hagihiki's parents' perspective, but also Shiori's parents' perspective about not inviting somebody over. So I think any more pieces that we can put together. Ah, 2 more pieces have come together. Lovely. For goodness sakes, what was I thinking there? I am so dumb. I don't know why I did that. Put that one back. Put that one back. It's this one over here. And then we're just missing the very centerpiece. Natsume and Hagahiki said to always be together. The idea that they didn't talk at all is really strange. I'm sure they must have just talked to somewhere people weren't watching. I mean, in this day and age, you can talk on social media. Huh? Actually, didn't Hagahiki not have a phone or PC? Then what were they doing? Up the top. Natsume was with Hagahiki because she felt bad for that lonely girl. That's what everyone thought. If that's true, Hagahiki's remark of Shiori didn't think of me as a friend makes sense, doesn't it? We're missing one more piece. Finish. That's good. Okay, now we can oh yeah, there's the library. I completely forgot about the library. Oh, I sort of know her. I feel like she came to the library sometimes, but we never talked. I want to know about relationships between juniors. Sorry. That's absolutely fine. Both were in the same class, so it's possible they had some kind of acquaintance? Sorry, but I wouldn't know any more than that. Okay, I did miss out on something. Hagahiki's that girl from 2D. The kind of gloomy one, right? We never talked. Actually, I never even heard her voice, sorry. Hagahiki? A second-year girl? I don't know. I know Natsume since she was famous even to first years, but no idea about Hagahiki. You'd be better off asking second years, okay? We're missing a piece here. Come to think of it, they were often together, but we never talked. I'm not really sure what she's like. I've seen her face in the library sometimes, though. Okay, so this might be related to the one piece that we're missing. And no, not the anime, but just the one piece that we're missing. I am so confused. Like, this is supposed to be... Like, it's like I don't need to rely on the chart anymore, for goodness sakes. She super doesn't stand out, you know. I feel like I don't even notice if I walk by her around town. I don't know, but Hagahiki had such a weak presence as it is. If she were with Natsume, she'd have even less of one. Oh, this is basketball and volleyball. Bloody hell, my bad. That's tomorrow. So this is viable. Midori. I talk with her sometimes, but with Kamata and such surrounding her lately, it's hard to get a word in. Is she a second year? I'm not really sure. I don't know Natsume or Hagahiki at all, so... they were probably friendly? Feels like they were always together. Natsume I know, but I really don't know this Hagahiki. Hagahiki's an unusual name. I have such a common surname. I'm kind of envious. Hagahiki's kind of a weird girl. She's always acting timid and loiters around the shoe cubicles. What's she trying to do? The shoe cubicles? Well, it does seem like she doesn't like to go home. That is true. Natsume and Hagahiki, it seems as if they were often together, but I don't know any more than that. Just regular friends, maybe? I used to see them together often. Wonder if they were friends. If they were, I feel bad for Hagahiki with Natsume gone. Hagahiki's gained friends lately. She's always with those three, right? I feel like that wasn't the case before, exactly. Okay, so volleyball, basketball. Hagahiki, eh? Honestly, I don't like her much. I mean, she's so dreary. Perhaps there's a reason why she's a bit dreary. Natsume was a cheery girl, but Hagahiki's entirely different. Their personalities don't seem like they'd match. People are different after all. And sometimes opposites do attract. Hagahiki, eh? She's really mature, but, well, timid? I've got a loud voice, so she always jumps whenever I call out to her. I think she was always with Shiori, which means they were friendly, probably? So I'm not really sure. I can only get an outsider's perspective, because I am an outsider. The two of them often did things together. I thought it was a strange combination, but maybe they got on unusually well? Hagahiki sure gives off a gloomy aura, but she's not all bad when you talk to her. She can be surprisingly articulate. Lovely word to hear. Say, never heard that name before. I have no idea. That's fine. Don't know, ask someone else. I like that, straight to the point. Hagahiki, wait, she was funny with Natsume, considering that she's not very well known at all. Who's that? Is there a second year named after... Is there a second year named that? But girl seems kind of slow, you know. She's so timid when you talk to her, it kind of irritates me. This is the final piece. That's right, Natsume was often with Hagahiki. One time I said to Natsume, way to hang around such a dim girl. And she said something like, it's because we're alike. Alike? Natsume and Hagahiki? Did Natsume think that? Really bizarre. Yeah, that's gotta be the final piece. There it is, the final piece. Slabbed in the center there. Hagahiki would apparently loiter around the shoe cubicles at the entrance. What was she doing there? She doesn't want to go home, but she did not have a place to belong. Natsume likely couldn't be with her after school because of orchestra club. And that is that. That is that. Our mind is clearer now. Okay, that should be enough. There's a lot I don't know, but what can you do? That's just the limits of going around questioning people, I guess. Well, that's good. I think we're good. Yeah, that's definitely good. So we finished putting the pieces together. With that, we finished our investigation to everyone connected to Natsume. Good work, all. Good stuff. So, what do we do now? I have more or less sorted the info we've gotten, but I still want to look it over a bit more. Feel free to go home, okay, Akari? In that case, I'm going to the library. Would you come by when you're done? Got it. I'll try to finish up quick. Okay, reviewing complete. Now the question is, what should we be looking into tomorrow? I've also gotten to directly talk with all relevant parties, so I think I've done all I can do. Hang on. Miyuki. She didn't have anyone to get in the way, and did sort of answer our questions. Of course, she skillfully dodged around some things, but we've only talked once, so I wonder if I could get a little more out of her. What are you thinking, our friend? She's practicing. Oh, we're just gonna barge in there. We're gonna barge in, aren't we? This is beautiful, though. Watching someone play a musical instrument. Although it's even better when, or infinitely better when they know that we're there, actually, rather than just to surprise them. Come in. Hello. Hello, good day, Miyuki. Good day. I see Miss Abby isn't here today. Yes, Akari's in the library right now. I came because I want to talk with you, Miyuki. Just for a bit, so I thought I'd be okay doing it alone. I see. Working hard on your own, I recognize your efforts. The library, I've been too busy lately to read. Perhaps I should go there myself. Doesn't Miyuki seem to have a kind of a different mood today? A little more gentle, maybe? Why is that? Music going well. So, what did you want to talk about, Shiori? Yes. Do you have enough time? If it's short, yes, I have violin lessons again today. I told you before, I have nothing to say about Shiori's death. Could you make it anything else? It sounds like you were happy about Natsume depending on you, weren't you? Meanwhile, Natsume adored you like a big sister. The two of you had a wonderful cross-grade friendship. But the way it became strained after trading the seats of concert mistress, that's what I don't understand. That you would have built up such a good friendship only for it to end up like that over that one decision. I heard the reason you gave up the title of concert mistress was that you couldn't be dependent on your juniors anymore. Okay, this was earlier than I thought of when it happened. By juniors, do you mean Natsume? Did something happen between you that made you give it up? Shoot. I'm just asking the same thing as before, aren't I? I'm sure she won't answer at this rate. You're exactly right. I quit as concert mistress because I no longer wanted to be dependent on my juniors. But I was not referring to Shiori when I said juniors. I did mean it in the plural sense. The entirety of a club, essentially, that's what I thought. What do you mean? Apologies, but I don't intend to say any more. Excuse me. It's not as if I'm trying to be malicious. I just feel it's my own peculiar way of thinking, so others can't understand it, and there's no reason they should. So I'm sorry. Alright? One thing I can say is, it's not because there was some dispute between Shiori and I, that's for certain. Is that right? I'm sorry for getting weird ideas. I think that's what happens when a lack of clarity is put into the air, is that people's minds wander into so many different places, and it's always the worst case scenario that pops into their head more often than others. But, oh, is there something else going on here? It is true that after making her a concert mistress, my relationship with Shiori became strained. Why is that? I myself don't know. To be honest, the feeling of just over that one decision, I felt that myself. Yet, indeed, Shiori was acting strangely at that time. No, I just can't understand it. What's wrong with you being concert mistress, Miyuki? Didn't I tell you already? I'll be enrolled in this club until the culture festival ends, but it's about time I think about passing the torch, yes? So I ask you, Shiori, having talent and popularity in spades, it's not about it being wrong for myself to fill the role. That's a lie. You've given that passing the torch line over and over. It's not like anyone's had any objections with you, yet suddenly wants to hand it over around this time. There has to be some other reason. It's because you want to quit, don't you? Why is that? Is there a reason? Just tell me. Ooh. Listen, Shiori. We decided the hanging off of concert mistress already in the meeting. There's no changing it now. I feel apologetic if you yourself are not satisfied with that, but everyone agreed to it. If you really are opposed, let us hold another club meeting. I'd ask you state your opinion there. What do you say? Miyuki, I feel like you're trying to get away from me. It feels so lonely. I mean, Shiori? I'm sorry for saying selfish things. You don't have to hold a meeting. I'll comply with everyone's decision. I respect you, Miyuki. I always wished that someday you could be a friend I could talk to about anything, sorry. But I guess it was just me who thought that way. Wow. I always thought Shiori was a girl positive about everything, who knew no fear. So I didn't imagine she would reject it to such a degree. As awkward as it is to state myself, we had built a good relationship up until that point, as you say, Miss Ui. But since then, I would often find myself confused by Shiori. I no longer knew how to associate with her. Shiori too stopped treating me the same way as before. We acted strangely with each other. That is a fact. Could you think of any reason why Natsume would have a strange reaction to giving your seat to her? Well, I'm sorry. I do not know. I see. What could it be? Still, talking with you has settled a couple of questions. I appreciate it. There may have been no dispute between you and Natsume, but there was discontent. That's exactly why you were so shocked when Natsume died with that left unresolved. And of course, you couldn't be happy about us going around investigating without knowing those circumstances. But now I have a clear grasp of that. I'm really very sorry for asking around and acting rudely. I see. I'm glad if I could be of use. Is it alright if I get going now? I'll be late for my lessons. Yes, thank you very much. That was more positive than the last time. But the last time still wasn't entirely bad. Yo, Akari, kept you waiting, huh? You're pretty late. Got everything sorted in your head? Of course, and actually, that's neither here or there. I went to see Miyuki and asked a bunch. Well now, that's impressive. Get anything from it? Yep, you see... Rehearsing what happened. Miyuki and Natsume had an exchange like that, did say. Apparently... Is there something you were curious about, Akari? Natsume felt like Miyuki, in quitting as constant mistress, was trying to get away from her. That must have been very painful for Natsume, who adored Miyuki like an older sister. Right, I see. Nah, nothing I'm really wondering about. How about you, Aoi? I'm curious why Natsume had such a negative reaction, but I haven't the slightest idea there. Nothing seemed to come to mind for Miyuki either. We probably can't know anymore. But still, we learned there was no strong antagonism between Miyuki and Natsume. Some pretty hefty findings, right? I'm glad I worked up the courage to go ask her. Yeah, pretty amazing. Okay, let's go home for today. I'll think about what to do tomorrow once I get home. Yeah, what can we do after today? Aoi, you going to the social studies room? Yeah, why? I've got some business with Kageyama, so I'm going to the staff room. I'll be done quick, so go on ahead. Got it, no need to rush. I swear, if you fall for the same kind of trap today, there's going to be something to be said. Akari sure is late. It's already been over 40 minutes. Wonder what she's doing. Hello. Huh? Hey, that's just you today? Bottles, was Akari in the staff room? She said she had business with Mr. Kageyama. Kageyama was there, but I didn't see Ab. Probably took care of it already. Oh yeah, I did see someone who might have been Abby earlier. Seemed to be with a few others. Oh! Really? Do you know who she was with? Who were they again? Can't think of the names. Oh, got it. Kamata from 2D. Maishi and Asano were there too. Ah, the girls associated with Hagahiki. Huh? Why was... Hagiki's followers. Don't tell me she was taken captive like me. But unlike me, Akari isn't a scaredy cat. Maybe she had some idea and willingly went to talk with those three. No, that's wrong. If that were it, I'm sure she would have at least said something to me. So she was really abducted? Gosh. Bottles, I'm gonna go look for Akari. Oh, is it that much of a rush? Well, okay, see ya. So we're on time there again. Nope, this is a nope. Nope. What's gonna happen? Akari? Akari, jeez, where were you? I looked all over. Akari, what's wrong? You look pale. Aoi, I'm leaving the Natsume investigation. Huh? Why? I don't want to get involved with those people anymore. They're messed up in the head. Oh, sorry. I've got to use a restroom. I can't. I'm gonna hurl. Damn, Akari, what do they say? What happened to make Akari get like that? Well, regardless, it's game over. So this is more psychological warfare rather than physical warfare. Can this be opened? It can be. It does open. Why couldn't it get in before? In here. So hey, could you release me already? Talk all you want. It's just going to be pointless. If you want to leave, then promise you wouldn't go around whispering about Natsume and doing things that hurt Hagahiki. Like I said, I'm only doing odd jobs here, just helping Aoi investigate. And like we said, if you stop helping, Ui would give up too, right? Since you're such good friends. Who knows? Couldn't tell you whether Aoi would give up, whatever I said. She can investigate alone, can't she? Besides, I don't plan to stop her. I want Aoi to act freely as she pleases. You got no right to stop her or anything anyway. Under what authority are you criticizing me? Because we're Hakiki's friends. No, you're not. Did Hagahiki ask you to gang up on me and threaten me? No, but it's natural for friends to think of each other. This is not thinking of her though. To pick up on what the other person wants and do things to help them. Are you familiar with a little phrase called mind your own business? Well, I'm sure if you were, you wouldn't be doing this. Picking up on what they want, sorry. It's not like you can know everything about a person, no matter how well you get along. I get along with Aoi myself, but I'm under no illusions that I understand her perfectly. That's why she's amusing to be with. I like watching Aoi do whatever she pleases. Plus, it sounds all well and good to say you're doing it for a friend, but who's going to take responsibility for what you do? If it's for Hagagigi's sake, doesn't responsibility for threatening me like this fall on Hagahiki? Or else, can you say this is all for your own volition, and whatever might happen, no blame can fall on Hagahiki? Silence. I'm not looking to criticize your show of clarity, but if you're trying to limit our freedom to act, that's a different story. If you're using Hagahiki as an excuse, you best talk with her first. If Hagahiki tells us to stop, then we'll listen to her reasons. Kamata, hey, you have to hold the door to the janitor's room or someone might come in. It's okay, I don't think anyone will come. Anyway, did you convince Abby? Nah, she's just quabbling and won't listen at all. For looking so unmotivated, she's real stubborn. Excuse you, I just do things my way. Well, guess we'll just have to ask another way. I don't really want to do it, but... Don't assume you're the only one who can investigate into people. Oh, hold on. A little bit of an Uno reverse card here. We did our own looking into you two, or rather into you, to prepare before we asked you like this. Planning to snitch to Aoi or what? Well, fine by me. Ron, if we can't get you to listen with words, there's no choice but to ask you like this. Oh, what is that? Bleach! So gross, is that a moth? when we was going into the school at night, Akari was irked out by something. I think it was related similar to like a live living being of sorts. Is that a morph? I'm impressed you can hold it so calmly, Kamata. I wouldn't say I'm calm, but it's for Hagahiki, so I've got to pick up with a little ickiness. I asked someone who knew you since junior high. I hear you don't like bugs, do you, Abby? Especially butterflies and moths like this. Just to be clear, don't assume it'll just be this. If you do anything else shady from now on, your bag, your desk, your cubby, these guys might show up in the strangest places. If you don't want that, promise us that you won't look into Natsume anymore and wound Hagahiki. Don't give in, Akari. Ugh, you really are stubborn. Well, you leave us no choice. Mayushi Asunu, hold her still. What are you doing? Hagahiki, we were just making a request of Abby to stop going around investigating Natsume. Aoi and her are really so insensitive. They've been asking around not just about Natsume, but about you. Unbelievable, right? Yeah, that's why we have to stop them. While you're here, Hagahiki, go ahead and tell Abby what you want to say. Let go of Abby. Eh? But we're busy making requests for her. Enough of that. Stop bullying her. It makes me sick. Bullying? No way. I mean, Abby and her started it by upsetting you. I don't care. Let go of Abby right now. What's wrong, Hagahiki? I'm sorry, but I don't want you to involve yourself with me anymore. You don't have to be with me. I don't like you, and you aren't... What did Aoi say to you, Hagahiki? You aren't with me because you like me either, so let's both give this up. I kept quiet until now, but I felt sorry thinking about how you'd feel if I said my honest feelings. I should have said so sooner. You felt sorry? For us? Why are you saying that? We're the ones who felt sorry for you after Natsume was gone. Think whatever you want. It's clear to me now that if the alternative is being with you anymore, I'd rather be alone. Thank you for everything, but it's enough now. Leave me be. I see. So you hate us all along? I'm sorry for not noticing, Hagahiki. We were sure you would be glad. You seemed lonely without Natsume, so we thought we'd hang out with you. Yeah. I'm sorry for bothering you all of this time. And Abby, I'm really sorry to you guys too. See you. Are you okay, Abby? I'm sorry. Because of me. Saved me in the nick of time. Oh, that's an expression I've never seen from Akari before. Wide-eyed. Thank you. Kind of surprised that you're someone who can make herself that clear, Hagahiki. I heard you were timid. Shiori said the same thing. You're right that I'm timid, but I at least like to think I know when I need to make my will clear. I see. So you're sure about this? Just feels like friends splitting up after a bad argument. This can sound rude, but you didn't have anyone you were friends with except Natsume, right? You're going to be alone now. That's fine. I've always been alone. Shiori being with me was an exceptional situation. I've always been alone otherwise. It's just back to the norm, so I'm fine. Akari! You okay? What? Hagahiki? What happened? You're late, boss. Excuse me for that. That was a close one. Kamata's group brought me here, but I got saved by Hagahiki. Eh? I'm going now. Hold on a sec, Hagahiki. Maybe it's a weird time, but while you're here, can I ask some things? How has us being here makes Hagahiki any early or late? We've done a lot of research, but it's never been very clear, your relationship with Natsume. Until you and Natsume started to be together, you were alone, right? Natsume decided to associate with Hagahiki because she felt sorry for her. It seems many people thought that. Even you did, didn't you? Because you said so earlier, Shiori didn't think of me as a friend. It was because you thought Natsume was only with you out of pity that you'd say such a thing, right? Yeah. There were times I thought that maybe it wasn't just petty, that she accompanied me because she really wanted to be friends. But by the end, I no longer knew anything about Shiori. That's not it. Actually, from the very beginning, I didn't know what Shiori was thinking. This is kind of a whole reversal scenario when it comes to Kana and Hagahiki scenarios with their friends. Ah, there you are, Hagahiki. It looks like you left a spot blank on your career survey. The teacher told me to let you know. Could you get it to the teacher tomorrow morning? Thank you. Sorry. I know you have your club to go to. It's totally fine. Speaking of, you aren't in the club, huh? Aren't you going home yet? Are you waiting for a friend to get out of her club or something? No. I just don't want to go home. Why? My parents are strict. If I go home, they'll say all of these things. If I stay at school, I can use the excuse that I was studying. Oh, I see. You know, I kind of feel that myself. My parents are also kind of strict. Too cloying to something like that. I've never seen you spending time with anyone, but do you maybe like being alone? I don't know about like. I just think it's inevitable. What do you mean? I'm gloomy and not good at talking. I feel that way too. So no one enjoys being with me. That said, it's not like I can change myself that easily. Besides, I pretty much think it's fine like this. I just don't care to force myself to be someone else so I can get along with someone. So it's inevitable that I end up alone. Another thing as well, which is a reversal. Kana talks about being a false persona, whereas Midori doesn't want to have a false persona. Being someone else, huh? I see. That kind of hits a sore spot. All the girls having a fun time together are desperate to avoid being alone, even if it means falsifying themselves. Is that how you see things, Hagahiki? If a girl wants to be with someone because she doesn't like being alone, then that's just what she wants to do. If her desire is to spend time with someone, she isn't truly faking herself, right? So I'm fine with a girl who's like that. I'm just different is all. Aren't we all? Do you not want to befriend anyone, Hagahiki? You don't have that sort of wish? I'm not good at, how to put it, associating with someone while trying to understand them. Because you can't fully understand other people. In the end, all you have is your own self-centered impressions. Meeting halfway with that uncertainty to associate with others. That's too troublesome for me. I find myself thinking, if we can't understand each other from the depths of our hearts, is there any need to get involved to begin with? I'm selfish. I can only do things the way I want. So being alone is just right for me. Hey, is school uncomfortable for you, Hagahiki? It's a little oppressive, sure. I want to graduate soon. If my parents weren't watching, I wouldn't even want to go to college. But there's no other option. I have to put up with it until I'm able to earn money and survive myself and survive alone. You know, we might be kind of similar. That's not true at all, Natsume. You're totally different from someone like me. How so? Your living situation, your popularity, the way you carry yourself in a crowd. These are all things I don't have. Parent situation. The way I carry myself. I'm surprised how clearly you speak your mind, Hagahiki. Hagahiki, If I said I had something I wanted to do, would you approve of it? I mean, I think you can do as you please, Natsume. I see. Well then, would you accompany me from now on? I'd like to talk to you more, Hagahiki. But you don't want to? It's not like I don't want to, but I'm sure it won't be any fun being around me. Really? But I'm having a great time right now, you know? And it's thanks to you, Hagahiki. Your opinion that it's impossible to completely understand other people, I actually agree completely. I agree as well. It's like, there's no such way of being able to understand another person. But you and I see it differently. Associating with other people while letting the things you don't know remain unknown, I don't think that's such a bad thing. It's when there are things you don't know that you can have some excitement, I feel. Getting happy to find small things in common, letting your imagination run wild. You see? Your decisive perspective that if you can't have everything, that you don't care to have anything. It's wonderful, I love it. So it's made me want to talk to you more. It may go against your principles, Hagahiki, but I think I'd like to spend time together. That's the thing I want to do. There's no need for us to understand each other from the bottom of our hearts. You and I just spending time doing what we want. I think a relationship like that is totally viable too. So if you aren't against it, want to try it out with me? With no need for understanding, each of us just doing what we like? That sort of relationship? If we're going to feel bored and uncomfortable until we're each able to live on our own, I'd like to try this as some light recreation. Well? Yes, that might be nice. So it's your perspective on this scenario. Shiori was a very kind girl. A girl considerate of people's feelings. I knew that, as a classmate. That's why I thought her plan was just sympathy. Shiori was just worrying for my lonely self. That whole speech was just a kind deception to keep me from realizing. I couldn't reject such kindness, so I accepted Shiori's proposal. Until then, I thought Shiori was a sociable girl who talked often, since indeed she was always talking happily with classmates and club friends. And yet for some reason, Shiori didn't try to talk with me in public. I was just always at Shiori's side, following her around like a shadow. Yet, when it was just the two of us, Shiori would tell me all sorts of things about her family, her friends, her club. Sometimes she brought up complaints she would never mention in public. And also, Shiori seemed to enjoy herself so much when she was with me. She showed no sign of putting on an act, as someone doing it out of pity would. Shiori saying she was like me. Gradually, I came to think that might be true. We differed in personality, position, everything, but we both carried a sense of suffocation and wanted to be able to live on our own side. That we had in common. I like the colour usage here. I think Shiori, who so many had high hopes for, couldn't reveal to anyone that she was suffocating, except me who felt the same pain. We didn't seek a half-baked understanding. Shiori talked, I listened. I talked, Shiori listened. That's all it was for us. We know each character. That one-way relationship was very comfortable. When it was just us, it felt like I could breathe easier. And it wasn't just me. I'm sure Shiori felt the same. At some point I came to think that Shiori wasn't pitying me, that she earnestly wants to be with me. I was so happy about that. I came to like Shiori more and more. And she became my one best friend. I see. So that's how you two were. It's true. That would look like a curious relationship to an outsider. But part of me understands too. Because me and Akari are kind of like that. Honestly, I don't especially get Akari, but she's the most fun to be around nonetheless. Akari wants me to do what I like, and I want to do what I like. On top of that, it's comfortable, so we're together. It's like that. Ditto. But then, why? Why did you start to think that Natsume didn't think of you as a friend? Shiori started to act strange a few months earlier. I don't know if she was sad or lonely. She started to seem incredibly sullen. When she was in public, she behaved cheerfully as usual, but I can only see it as a bluff. I asked her over and over, but she wouldn't tell me why. She just replied, "It's something I don't want to tell you, Midori." Did you have to do with why Natsume was sullen? I asked that myself, but she said that wasn't it. I don't want to make you feel upset, so I won't tell you. I learned from being her friend that Zoe was a very kind girl who respected people's feelings. Her telling me she didn't want to make me worry was surely a lie. Sure enough, her being with me was just out of sympathy. It's not like she wants to be friends. But Siri was too kind to tell me that directly. I thought she was putting up with my annoying self. I became fond of Shiori. I wanted to know more and more about Shiori's feelings, but Shiori was elusive, so I wasn't really sure, and that started to become painful. Worrying over this and that and trying to know someone's feelings, and in the end knowing nothing. I didn't want that, so I said I didn't need friends, thinking I'd just remain alone, and yet... Now, I've gone back to being alone, like before I met Shiori, to a drab world of only myself. I shouldn't have disliked that, but it pains me so much. It's gone so dark. I can't see. But I don't want to think something like that. I wish I'd never met Shiori. Damn. If I could speak properly, that would be a good start. Is that enough? I have to get going. Sure. I'm sorry for making you talk about something so painful. So, the fear of insects. What's with the long face? Caught Hagahiki's gloominess? No, well, maybe so. Talking with Hagahiki, I kind of felt like I could see the similarities between her and me. Myself, I've been desperately investigating Natsume, but I still don't have a picture of her true feelings at all. Wanted to know about her, yet not knowing anything. It's frustrating. I feel pathetic. Wondering if this is how Hagahiki felt all this time. It makes me kind of depressed. So she's finally dragged you over, huh? It's times like this you should make use of your insensitive impudence. Natsume was an entity many people acknowledged and aspired to, so she was an idol. That must be why the idol herself stuffed her true feelings deep down, not showing them to anyone. Even Hagahiki, who was always with her, seemed to only hear a little bit, and it ended with still her not knowing what had her most curious. As for you, you're taking the shattered pieces of the idol who fell from a pedestal and trying to infer what was inside her. Of course, it's not going to be easy, but it's a little late for that, don't you think? You knew that much from the start. If you want to go until you're satisfied, you gotta endure a little frustration. But hey, it's fine if you want to give it all up and quit too. I know that. I just got a little bummed out. No intention of giving up over here. Natsume, were you really just with Hagahiki out of simple pity? Pretty difficult. I would say yes, but mostly no. It sounds like you truly enjoyed your time with Hagahiki, so I feel like that's not right, or rather, I want it to not be right. And that's a personal ambition. You don't want to be right that Natsume just killed herself. You don't want to be right that Kana didn't see Natsume as somebody that she never actually truly interacted with. Natsume was acting strange for months before her death. Okabe and 2B said the same thing, actually. Oh, and what Mr. Fujimura said, Natsume was crying while feeding a stray cat once. Could that be connected too? And come to think of it, the counselor let it accidentally slip that Natsume came to discuss something with her. Was Hagahiki really the cause behind Natsume acting strangely? Or was there something else? Something else. Dang it, I have no clue. Do I just have to investigate further? But I've done tons of questions. I doubt I could get anything from asking around now about something not even Hagahiki knew. So do I have to call the investigation there after all? It feels anticlimactic. Well now, you totally stuck? Thought you said yesterday you think about what to do. Well, yes, I did think it over thoroughly yesterday, but couldn't come up with a thing. But I'm just talking investigating. Got it? I'm saying we've gathered all the information we can gather. The task that we're left with now is drawing a conclusion. We'll align the info we gathered and derive the truth. Who was with Natsume at the time of the incident? That was what we put the focus on investigation on. Determine an answer to that with just the information we've gotten. Seems pretty rough. Heck, it sort of feels impossible. Look, it doesn't have to be anything as clear as an answer. It's just speculation. We're just looking for a possibility that such a person might have been with Natsume at the time. Okay, let's do this carefully. Yep, so what are we doing concretely? Concretely, I mean, all we can do is think it over, using the info we've collected. There's no need for both of us here, so it's fine if you go home, okay? I'm most comfortable here, so I'm planning to stay for a while. Oh, well, figure I might as well stay and think with you. Thanks! If we can overcome this, our task will soon be complete. It's the accumulation of all our work. The accumulation of our work. Let's have a think then. I've gathered plenty of info, but what out of it can I use to conclude who was with Natsume? I still think it was the psychologist or the infirmary counselor. There we go. If I can select a few crucial bits of information and put them together without any inconsistencies, I should surely see something. This is the critical moment. I'll consider it carefully. Lots of things. Lots of pieces. I can't read it all out because it's going by way too quickly. Going for absolutely everything. The accumulation of everything. I think this is the conclusion we can come up with, but it doesn't look like the rightmost piece actually fits well. Like the bottom right piece. So we can draw some conclusions. But I'm still uncertain. Like the bottom right piece doesn't look like it shines right. There we go, I think that's it. Yep. That's it. You think all three of them were involved? Akari? God, what in the world? I might have figured it out. The person who was with Natsume at the time of the incident. Huh? What about Natsume? Come on, keep up with me. I'm saying I might know who was with Natsume when she died. So she's still asleep. My throat's parched. Could I go buy some tea? Make it quick before I forget. All three of them. I'm thinking what I'm thinking. Sorry, that's what I'm thinking. What do you think, Akari? Not bad. I think it's pretty plausible. Still, it's unsubstantiated. Cause no getting around that, our methods won't be getting us any circumstantial evidence. That's right. That's why it's just a theory, a conclusion we came up with, just based on what we gathered. I honestly don't have much confidence in whether it's right, but it's about all I can think of. Hey Aoi, what are you aiming to do by working out a conclusion? What am I aiming to do? Before starting the investigation, you were all, I want to bring the truth to the light of day and stuff. Do you want to let everyone know that what's currently considered an individual accidental death had someone else involved? Once you do that, the circumstances suddenly change. It's no longer something that we can selfishly pursue on our own. The school and police will get involved, of course, but once people know the new truth, the school will get nosy again. You'll destroy the current peace it finally settled into after a month passed from Natsume's death. You understand that? Plus, we'll no longer be bystanders either. We'll become connected to Natsume's case as those who reveal the truth. It'll be different from us investigating as we please like a third party. If some problem comes up, we might get involved into it. Do you have enough resolve that you're fine with that happening? If you learn the truth, you'll have to carefully consider if you want to speak it or not. Once you say it, everything changes. You can't be the same as you have been before. You should at least recognize that. Depending on the circumstances, I think it's totally valid to keep the truth to yourself and maintain the status quo. So think about it in that light. What you want to do, I mean. Let another know. Honestly, I wasn't really giving that any thought until partway in. I started this investigation strictly for my own desire to understand. That hasn't changed. But you know, Akari, you're jumping the gun a bit. My idea is just a theory. I still don't know the truth. First of all, I want to talk to the person directly. Whether my theory is correct, and if it is, what happened to Natsume? I want the person to tell me. I think what I should do will depend on the results of that. So first of all, I have to confirm the validity of my theory. And also, we've been doing a ton of investigating along the way, even going to Natsume's house. I couldn't say at this point that I was just looking into it on a whim and have no connection to Natsume. Or I wouldn't want that. I still feel like that investigating Natsume's house and her bedroom was critical towards the outcome of the game. One of the pictures that we took optionally did have a red cross, but the other one didn't, so I think we made a mistake. If something's going to happen from making the truth known, I intend to fulfill my minimal duty as an indictor. Like you say, Akari, I'll have to be prepared for that. I'm not thinking I'll be secure in my own safety zone. So don't worry about me. I'll take proper responsibility for my actions. Ah, I see. Got it. So our final task is to talk directly with the person who was with Natsume when she died. If you're going to talk about it, I think it'd be good to work out a strategy in advance. You want to get to it, right? You want to get it right to it. You're not confident your theory is correct, right? You okay with going over there when that's how it stands? True. I do still have some uncertainties. Then why don't you think some more? We've got lots of information, so it might be good to read it over. Once you're all settled, talk to me. We'll form a plan together. Oh, this has been a very, very long endeavor, but I'm very happy to go along with this. It has been such a nice ride so far within Pedestal, and it's such a different game from what Uri usually makes. It's usually kind of a campy horror game where you go into a scenario with a horrific scenario going involved, like The Crooked Man, where you're going through different places trying to find like the former tenant. And then the Sandman, you're trying to find the the one who casted the world to sleep. And the Boogeyman, where you're an investigator, an actual investigator, not somebody who is in the school doing investigation work. Trying to uncover the mysteries of the castle, and then from there trying to find the person called the Boogeyman who's doing all the murdering and trying to eventually catch up with them. And then the Hanged Man is our own psychological warfares getting in the way of our own ways of perceiving things in real life by having imaginary friends in the mind of, I think his name was Will. I've forgotten his last name. It wasn't Baring, it was something else. Morton? William Morton? I'm not too sure now, but I got a little bit emotional at the start of this video, and it's just simply solely because of the fact that if I was being bullied at school at that kind of severity where people would, I don't know, resort to physical means of getting things out of people or telling them to not look into something anymore, then you get into a state where you feel emotionally attached to where you yourself would want to do anything you can to avoid getting out of that scenario. And that's why I like being, well, not like being emotional, but it just comes as nature to be emotional depending on the situation at hand. When some people say that you should just read what's of the dialogue without having any kind of stint to it, or droning on and on about dialogue that's not on the screen and not interacting with the game directly, then it just makes me feel like, man, well, the commentary does not serve a purpose whatsoever, and you should just, I don't know, do a non-commentary review of the game. Which is not something that I like doing. I like being involved within the scenario itself, and that is why I will not personally fight, but I'll personally oppose against the idea of not droning on about something because you don't feel like you don't have some kind of involvement within an experience that you're reading. And when people say that you shouldn't drone on, that's why I kind of oppose that, because it means you are not engaging with the fiction that you're reading. Anyways, apologies for getting a bit emotional there as well, but I do not like it when people think that as a Let's Play, I am bound to some kind of non-verbal agreement, that I'm supposed to just be this automaton that just reads stuff off the screen with no emotion whatsoever. Thank you so much for watching. This is a great game so far. It's definitely different from Uri's other games, and this is definitely not a game for everyone. It's more of a game for those who want a lot of story, and I love a lot of story. There's no such thing as too much story. Too much irrelevant story? Yes, but too much rich story I'm not opposed to, and that's why I love this game. Thank you so much for watching, and see you all in the next time of Pedestal. We're starting to form together the reason why this game is called Pedestal, because it feels like one's put themselves on a pedestal, and when that pedestal comes downwards, so let's say Shiori Natsume killed herself, then that pedestal starts to crumble, and the pieces are like fragments, and those fragments are other people who once knew her. But the only person that can put a whole together is herself. Thank you so much for watching, and take care of yourselves.